UE, usual suspects for Coach Jumbo de Makulangan. No changes on players. Meanwhile, for UST, still the same names. Peñular is starting compared as action begins with this serve coming from Perdido. Back row, picked up there. Jurado, cross court. Reyes pops this one up. Off speed from Cepada. Solid hit from Poyos on the other side. Cepada again this time through the blockers.
For KC Cepada and Van Bangayan, so the other attackers of UE also have to approach convincingly para hindi lang sila yung babantayan.
The decoy should be really present because just as you mentioned that, Neil, you saw that block and the denial coming from UST. Carballo going up to the open side. That works for John Perdido.
Dominance here in the first, but they're still trailing by 2.
Ian Peñular with that serve. Zamudio trying. On the other side, Carballo with that heroic of a set. Carballo going for that quick. Braun gets that off the hands of UE. Carballo continues to serve. Ayasan going up to Cepada off speed. Perdido was there. They go to the quick to Braun. Braun works. A great performance for last year's juniors' first best middle blocker. Great exchanges here from both squads. Carballo with the first ball. They go up to Jurado with a very tough angle.
Her strategy.
Maybe go off the block this time. Ayasan going for that quick denial against Nogueras. Off the blocker there was Cepada. This is what you were saying earlier. Tip coming from Poyos and a tip coming from Bagayan as an answer. Bangayan, this time she's denied by the block of UST. And that ESPAñA wall works courtesy of Peñular. He has to be closing out as Makisha Torres serves. Setup going to the opposite. That works for Balingit. Zamudio, who is at 4 points. Wahe goes up for that set. That works for Gula. Serves now for the yellow shirts. Pick up there by Bangayan. Ayasan going to quick to Famulagan. Famulagan being very active at the net right now. Braun denied by Famulagan. Gula picked up there by UE. They go up to that push. Through the blockers was Jurado. Cepada will try again. This time passing an alleyway. Picked up there by Poyos. Pepito plays setter. Gula goes off the block.
Both have 2.
Everyone eats in UST. Quick hit is not going to cross for Noguera. Carballo going with a combination. Jurado will serving now for the yellow shirts. 3 points, all on attacks. Bump set going to Bangayan off the blockers. Braun picked up the denial against Poyos, especially at the tail end of this set. As we continue volleyball action here. Poyos playing setter to Jurado. Single block coming from Nogueras.
Feel like alanganin na yung block, you still go for it.
And this Tibay defensive play of the set is brought to you by...
Of that loose play from your opponent. But when you're there present up front, you can get rewarded with a point. But
now Jurado serves. Shank pass, but they're able to adjust and keep it alive. Oh! Peñular with that quick hit. Back row coming from UE. Peñular with his push. Reyes bump set. Going up to Bangayan off the blockers. Carvalho was there. Pepito will play setter to Poyos, who gets that one through and closes the set in favor of UST. That last play again. Bump set coming from Pepito. And Poyos just slicing it coming from Sofia Arasan. Carvalho going to Hurado. Oh! We're starting off hot for UST.
Where did that come from?
Oh, tough serve for Poyos. Zamudio getting that one through. Adjustment. Oh, Gula. As we check in from UST Sydney Oliva.
Pag nakikita ko in-game na open yung mind nila for feedback, doon ko sila sinasabihan ng instructions. Earlier during timeouts and even before this set.
Support from Sydney. She has definitely shown leadership here, especially in her last year. Zamudio getting that one through. Poyos was there. They go up to Gula to get that.
That ball alive every time bumabalik. And if you notice, yung mga rebounds ng UST against Cepada, hindi naman mabilis. It's a bit high, it's a bit slow. So kayang-kaya sana makuha ng coverage ng UE.
But with their system, yung libero nakasloob eh. Nakasiksik.
An additional point for her confidence. Because when a player is confident.
UAAP lunchtime volleyball as UST leads by 6 here in the second set. Quite different from the first set. They get a check here in favor of Van Bangayan.
She has surpassed her production in their last game. But still...
Pepito goes up to Poyos. An easy answer for UST. Look at that again. Poyos going cross court. Serving now for UST. They're still in control, leading by 5. One-handed set Zamudio pushes that through. They go up to Poyos. That checks the line.
At this point, he doesn't...
Serves. Bump set going up to Altea. Zamudio goes up to the back row. Altea will try again, this time with much more elevation.
That was it. She can do it all.
Now, this is your sway your way moment of the game, brought to you by Sunsilk. Zamudio serves now for UE. Wahe going up to Gula. Gula converts. And that regains. Setup going to Cepada. She's more fiery this time. Cepada on the second try. Denied again by Altea. Cepada on the third try. Getting that one through. The answer coming from Altea. She's popped up. Braun pushing the over reception of UE.
No, the go-to angles of Kai Cepada.
8-point lead for UST. They're just 2 points away from closing this out. Let's see what UE will do. They go to the quick to Ulmoguez. The push from Braun on the other side. Cepada trying. Oh, an over dug. Serve. They're coming from Ulmoguez. Great dig there coming from Zamudio. They go up to Cepada with a faster ball. And there's no Anguerias on the floor right now for UE. Let's see what happens this time. Will USC closes out? Off the blockers was Gula. Bump set. Cepada again. Popped up by Poyos. Gula will try the push. Bangayan was there. Arasan going up to Cepada from the right.
Wow, what a comeback for the Lady Warriors, erasing.
Cassie Carvalho serving for UST. Will they close this out or will there be another deuce? Cepada, she's denied, and UST closes the set, but what an effort for UE. UE started to catch up. So let's see if this will work on their favor. Was there a net touch? They're waiting for the official call. Them were to their position as well. And maybe tie UST if UST wins here. Not when Kai Cepada and the rest. After that set, maybe we'll hear a story about it, how things change inside or for the side of UE. That's going to be a check for Jonna Perdido.
Highlighting that they are leaving a wide gap and their opponents are maximizing this. Sinjan and Neil, these two rookies, Nogueras and Almoguez, receives a lot of tough love corrections that will give them more confidence and killer instincts as a middle blocker.
Also have to add the fact that it was such a loose block from UE.
And she's been favoring that side, going towards the right as that hit goes out for Zamudio.
Now they will regroup and come in more composed to get a comfortable lead and not have a repeat of that second set. This is our Sunsilk courtside report. Try the new Sunsilk with Amino Silk Complex for up to 200% smoother hair. Sway it with Sunsilk. Now back to you, Sinjin and Neil.
They really want to maintain all that and avoid a situation similar to the second set. However, UE looking unfazed as they're tied at 9. UST going for that bomb courtesy of Jonna Perdido. Sunsilk. Serve coming from Unekwe becomes an ace. On the 22nd.
Mabigat din.
But they have wider gaps in their schedule.
We will have to wait until the end of round 2 to determine the final 4 in the women's division.
There is no clear final 4 yet, folks, as papaluin ko yan. But that has been working. That worked at the tail end of that second set. Let's see if they'll be able to replicate that. However, they need better first balls. Cassie Carvalho with a serve. Picked up by Bangayan. Arasan will set this up for a quick. Nogueras is kept alive there. The ball from Nogueras was kept alive. Cepada is popped up by Pepito. Oh, what a tough angle for Perdido. Bangayan from the back. They go up to Jurado, who goes cross court. That serve coming from Arasan. They go up to Jurado. Reyes playing center to Bangayan off the blockers. On the other side, Pepito setting this up to Jurado again. Arasan going up to Cepada. Cepada asking for it again, but they go to Bangayan going cross court. Jurado keeps it alive. Ball in play. We're still on the go. Bangayan finding a spot right in between the blockers. Perdido to serve. Pick up by Zamudio. Arasan going for that quick. Nogueras is popped. Jurado going cross court. They go up to Bangayan. He's denied, but that block goes out. That's going to be a point. It has to be both if they want to succeed. That serve coming from Kai over received. That becomes a point for UE. That's an 8. They want to go home early already. They're already home. Might as well finish early and get some lunch. Zamudio says not yet.
And if they decide to go left and right,
it's really confusing for the defenders of UE at this point. Kept alive there by Poyos. Carvalho like doing a setting drill, but that will not cross because they've seen what the UE could do earlier. A 9-point lead extinguished. Poyos putting some fire into it. Ever-changing, ever-growing sport of volleyball. Tough serve coming from Zamudio, converts to a point. Blessing Unekwe with a serve. She has 6 points already in this game. Arasan sets this up to Cepada off the blockers. Popped up there by Poyos, and that push works for Cassie Carvalho. Unekwe with that serve. Cepada with some muscle. Lead for UST. UE playing catch up here. Ikia with that serve. The push from Carvalho is denied there by Nogueras. Right on time for they're great options, both coming from the grassroots program as UST closes this out with a service ace courtesy of Angge Poyos. That is a win for the UST Golden Tigresses. That is win number 7 for UST.
They will now improve their win-loss score to 7-4.
And will currently solidify the